KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 at 6.
Evictions are on the rise in Olmsted County. I'm KIMT News 3's Alec Lasham, live with why the filings are increasing.
An increase in shootings in Mason City. I'm KIMT News 3's Alex Jurgens with how community members can help law enforcement. Coming up.
And it is a sunny and toasty afternoon here in Rochester. I'm live at Century High School for the lacrosse game coming up here in just a bit. I'll have a full look at your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 6. I'm Tyler Utzko. Well, I hope you stayed cool as best as you could today, because holy moly, it's hot out there. It kind of seems like we skipped spring and then went just straight to summer. Now, something that this video right here doesn't really show is the heat. But our chief meteorologist, Aaron White, is the one who took this video earlier today for us, so he knows. Plus, he's live for us tonight out at Century High School. So, Aaron, how's it feeling out there?
Hey Tyler, yeah, it's pretty toasty out here on this Thursday afternoon. We got the sunshine today. Temperatures are up into the 90s, so gonna be a good day for lacrosse game, but just a little on the toasty side. But temperatures will start to cool off as we go through this evening. Looking at our current temperatures, we are into the 90s across the board. We got 91 in Mason City, we got 92 in Rochester, 95 in Forest City. Many locations setting record highs this afternoon. But what we are keeping an eye on is to the west. We have some storms developing in parts of South Dakota, western Minnesota, and those are going to track to the east as we go later into this evening and for tonight. I'll be talking about that, and I'll have a full look at your cooler weekend forecast coming up here in just a bit. Tyler?
All right, thank you, Aaron. New at 6, evictions are on the rise all across Minnesota at an alarming rate. That's according to data from the organization Eviction Lab. It's reporting at least 350 evictions statewide between May 1st and May 8th. KIMT News 3's Alec Lasham spoke with Olmsted County's housing director about what's happening here locally, and he joins us live from the government center downtown where those offices are located. So Alec, how does the county measure up with the rest of the state?
Well, Tyler, I spoke with Housing Director David Dunn, who did confirm to me that the county is experiencing a high number of eviction filings as well as requests for rental assistance. Now, Dunn says his office received calls from 11 families that are struggling to pay their rent, which he says is an unusually high number of requests. Now, according to evictionlab.org, Olmsted County has had 55 eviction filings since April 10th, which is 177% higher than the average. Dunn says it is still unclear whether or not this is due to the end of the COVID-era rent help or if it's an indication of a larger problem.
Part of it is, and this is really the question, right, that we're trying to ask ourselves, is this a temporary uptick or is this a larger systematic change? Is this in large part because we've had 2 years of very limited evictions that have kind of pent up evictions, so to speak, or are we seeing a new normal that we need to be very concerned about?
Dunn says the uptick in evictions happened after the Rent Help Minnesota program expired in January, and says the county is working with the state to secure emergency rental assistance. Live in Rochester, Alec Lasham, KIMT News 3.
All right, Alec, thank you. Dunn also says the county has only 850 lots available for families seeking rent help assistance right now. 10. That's the number of shootings Mason City police have responded to just this year. With the rise, are those involved being prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law? Well, KIMT News 3's Alex Jurgens is looking into it, and he joins us live at the scene of yesterday's standoff. Alex.
Well, Tyler, we're not yet to the halfway point of 2022, and already Mason City police have responded to 10 shooting incidents so far this year, as well as 2 standoff incidents just within a week of each other. And are those involved in these type of incidents being held accountable? I reached out to County Attorney Carlisle Dalen about this rise in crime in the River City earlier today, and while many of these cases are going to trial, he feels that to keep the community safe, residents need to take a vested interest and come forward with evidence when these type of situations occur.
The uptick is also something that us as a community really needs to look at as an overall community. We need help in proving these cases. We don't have cases where we have a lot of witnesses coming forward, and we do need the help of our local community.
And this is a problem that's not just limited to Mason City. Dalen has also heard from other prosecutors about a rise in gun violence crimes in not just across the state of Iowa, but across the country as well. Live in Mason City, Alex Juergens, KIMT News 3.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Thank you very much, Alex. Now, Dalen also knows of a recent gun violence case regarding an individual that was convicted on 2 felony counts. On to some breaking news tonight. Olmsted County Attorney Mark Ostrom says he's running for re-election. It's a role he's been serving for 16 years and says he's not done working to keep our neighborhoods safe. The county attorney is the chief prosecutor for the jurisdiction. His office prosecutes all felony cases countywide, along with all lower-level crimes outside of the city of Rochester and other crimes within the city that the Rochester City Attorney does not prosecute. He says a top priority of his is taking a hard stand on illegal possession of firearms and the use of weapons in violent offenses, as gun violence, as we said, rages across the country. Area law enforcement officers are taking part in the Road to Hope. We'll tell you what that is and who it benefits coming up. And then later, Peace Plaza is in action. We'll take you there as it's the first spring. Everyone really gets to enjoy it after years spent under construction.
KIMT News 3 at 6. Your local news with KIMT News 3's Tyler Yutzka. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. This is KIMT News 3. More local news that is happening right now. We are coverage you can count on.